It's so interesting to me how many women that I spoke to over the past week who are with men who they cook for, they clean for, they make love to on a regular basis. They're doing all these things, but the Build-A-Bear couldn't even go to the store, book reservations at a decent restaurant, and put a little bit of effort into making her happy. It makes absolutely no sense. But then when he wants it, then he's going to expect you to pop it, lock it, and drop it. The math ain't mathing. As my husband says, that's pirate math. 1 for me, or 1 for you, 1, 2 for me. 1, 2 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me. Like that doesn't make any daggone sense, ma'am. Y'all listen, okay, I'm about to give you something. This is going to bless and prosper your life, okay? It's going to change the whole game. It's so easy, but it's not. But you didn't notice. You didn't notice, but I'm about to tell you something that's going to change the whole game. If you have some friends that's struggling with love, go ahead and get them on this live because I'm about to give you guys a secret that's going to blow your mind, okay? This is the one thing that you know if this man has biochemically fallen for you. Because biochemically, when a man falls for you, it drives his behavior in a certain way. So, when a man's falling for you, come here, come close. When a man's falling for you, his testosterone is dropping. And so is his serotonin, right? But his vasopressin and his dopamine are going up. I know, big words. But this is what it means. He starts to develop a characteristic called mate guarding, where you're guarding what it is that's important to you. He starts to exhibit that. It's a difference between trying to control you. It's a difference between being jealous. There's a difference. Come here. Come closer. Okay? Because some of y'all are addicted to them toxic relationships. You think when a man is jealous, then he cares. No, he doesn't care. He just wants to make sure he can give you half-ass effort and still have you on the hook for him. That's it. But when a man is really falling for you biochemically, he starts to exhibit what's called mate guarding. This has been studied multiple times. And that's where a man wants to protect what is his. Ma'am, he's afraid of losing you. He gets afraid to lose you. And he usually doesn't tell you this, but his action shows that he doesn't want to lose you to the competition. He ain't going to be running off. He doesn't want you to be dissatisfied. He wants you to stay with him, especially in the beginning. If your man isn't afraid to lose you, he's not that into you. Period. Think about it. Think about how your man treats you or how the men in your past have treated you. And I want you to ask yourself, was he displaying mate guarding, where he is guarding and protecting what is his, what he doesn't want to lose? Not in a controlling way, not in a dominating way, not in a way that says he's jealous of a Tweety bird looking at you. I mean, he's like, listen, I want us to be in an exclusive relationship. Are you okay? Did you get home safely? Hey, let me fix your car because I don't want, your car is kind of squeaky a little bit. I want to make sure you're safe and that you get home safely. Oh, wait a minute. No, you're going out with who? Okay, you can, baby, but be careful. You know how your friend can get. She can get you in some mess. Hey, what do we need to do to make sure you're going to be okay at work? Your job is stressing you out. What do we need to do? Huh? When his mother disrespects you, he checks his mother because he naturally has this inclination to protect you. It's in his nature. The vasopressin makes him do it. And if he's biochemically normal and he's falling for you, the drop in the testosterone makes him shut off the desire to be with anybody else. A man is designed to be monogamous, ladies. Part of science, okay? All of the Build-A-Bears with the podcast talking about men and alpha men aren't meant to be monogamous is a bunch of hogwash. It's a bunch of foolishness. It's lies. It's lies upon lies upon lies. Not true. And it's not just studies that were done. It's not just studies that were done on the Perry Bowl, because that's the thing. You know, they're like, oh, well, it was done on animals. It doesn't count. No, there's been studies done on men with being monogamous and biochemically how they respond and how they react. Men are designed to be monogamous per the science, per studies, multiple studies. So let's go back. How do you get a man to get to the point where he biochemically falls for you, where he wants to mate guard you? How do you get him there? Does anybody know? Do you know? So let me tell you how you prevent a man from getting there. Okay? Let me tell you how you prevent somebody from getting there. Who wants to know, how do you prevent a man from wanting to mate guard you? Huh? This one is good. Okay? This is another secret. Ladies, do you know what drives a man initially to pursue you? Because I know you guys, I know a lot of women, y'all want to believe the Hollywood movies so bad. You want to believe in Cinderella, and the Little Mermaid and the Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, which is a class in narcissism, just so you know. A lot of these Disney movies is a class in how to accept a narcissist and romanticize it. But that's a whole other story. Aladdin. Y'all, the reason why a man initially pursues you, this is when he doesn't know you. The reason why a man initially pursues you is because his testosterone says, I would sleep with her. His testosterone drives him. There's a hunter hormone, whether we like it or not. You can call it what you want, but this has been studied multiple times over and over and over again. In the book by Dr. Luann Brizendine called The Male Brain, she talks about how the male brain operates. And she talks about from the time they're born to when they're late stage in age, how their brains work. And she talks about how a man's brain works when he is in the attraction phase. Men are hunters by nature. It's in his nature to hunt. So his testosterone triggers him to essentially hunt you because he wants to have sex. Initially, he's not trying to settle down. He's trying to get it. He's trying to get your humble pie. Ma'am, he's trying to get your Cracker Jacks, your Kit Kat, your Oreo pie. He's trying to get your moon pie, your candy amps. He's trying to get it all. He is. You're now and later. So now laters. Your lemon drop. He's trying to get it. That's why he's pursuing you. In the beginning, in the attraction phase, his testosterone is driven to pursue you. The groceries, the peaches and cream. Yes. Yes. He's trying to get it. Now here's the deal. Because we need to address the fact that there's so many women that say to me, but Shay, my best friends, uncles, cousins, sisters, brothers, best friends, mothers, dogs, aunt, had sex on the first night. Or they did it on the second date. And they're like, well, I mean, they did it. Why can't I? So when we're in New York, in New York, there's like an expressway. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That connects New York to New Jersey. Y'all know that turnpike? That's like super dangerous. That scares the mess out of me whenever we go around there. And there's been a lot of accidents. Like if you're going too fast around there, you're going to crash. You're going to crash. Are there some people that can go like 100 miles per hour and not crash? A few. Maybe they can get lucky. But the majority of people, they're going to crash. You can lick the chair handle of every seat on an airplane. And some people might not catch the cooties. Some people might not catch the cooties. Most people catching the cooties. Most people, first of all, it's nasty, ma'am. It's nasty. You're licking E. coli. Do you know what E. coli comes from? It comes from feces. You're licking all kinds of different bacterias. So you are taking a big risk. Is it a risk that you can make it out of? Absolutely. Most people won't. It's not very safe. And what's the point? What is the point? I want us to walk over in the common sense corner and think about it. Because you don't know this man from Sam's Alley Cat. If you're not going to lick a spoon of peanut butter after a stranger, why would you let a stranger enter into your body with the potential of giving you an STD? Forget sexually transmitted diseases. What about a sexually transmitted demon? How do you know this man isn't walking around with demons? How do you know he's not walking around with dark energy? How do you know his intentions are what he said they are? How do you know? Huh? Can somebody tell me? Oh, y'all walk around with crystal balls? This whole hookup culture is just bass backwards and asinine to me. It's bass backwards. Because here's the deal. Here's the deal. When you're having sex with these men, you're risking way more than getting your heart broken. Let's just talk about the people who ended up in a relationship with these men and had kids with these men and have ended up 6 feet in the ground because of these men. Are we all dying tomorrow? What is the problem with waiting and making sure that this man doesn't have the cooties, he isn't crazy, and that he actually deserves you? What? Somebody legitimately tell me, what is the problem? And I'm not even just talking about him physically having the cooties. Energetically, he can have the cooties. And how will you know if you don't give yourself a chance and time to get to know him? How many of you guys met a guy who seemed perfect? He seemed amazing. He seemed like a great person. And he turned out to be the damn devil. And y'all, let me tell you something. I have been doing this for 20 years. I've helped over 180,000 women from 75 different countries. And I'm telling you, in every story that I've ever heard about a woman ended up in an abusive relationship or with a narcissist, he was always great in the beginning. He was always perfect in the beginning. They were always great friends in the beginning. They're always awesome in the beginning. Even Mother Nature and every other species does better with qualifying a man. But we as women have this invisible pressure that we need to give up our valuable parts to men because they want it, because we're afraid if we don't, then we're going to lose it. We're going to lose them. And that's a bass backwards way of thinking, ladies. Not to mention, There's a lot of people that shop at Walmart. Sometimes you can get some good stuff at Walmart. Once in a while, maybe, I guess. I don't know. I don't shop there. But there's some people that can walk out with a TV that might last them 5 years at Walmart. But let me tell you something. Anybody can shop at Walmart. It's not hard. It's not hard. Getting a man that you slept with who decides that he wants to stick around after sleeping with you on the first night does not mean you want a prize. Because a lot of these women who end up marrying these men, they come to me crying about how miserable they are, wishing they would have taken their time. Are there some that hit the jackpot? Yes. Are there people who win the lottery? Absolutely. I've never met one, but it happens. There's unicorns and Bigfoot. They exist too, but none of y'all have seen it. Why would you want to play them odds with your life? Why would you want to take them odds with your children's life, your future children's life? What is the point? Do your kids and your future kids not deserve for you to make sure that this man is who he says he is? Do you know how many clients come to me with a man that they thought was the right man who end up violating sexually their children because they went off of emotion and decided that they want a hanky-panky on the first or second date? Ma'ams, let's just make it make sense. There's no orgasm in the world, trust me, because I've experienced a lot of them. There's none. There's not one that's worth your child's lifetime trauma. Not one. So what is the problem with waiting and vetting and making sure this man is who he says he is? If you date from a position that you're trying to qualify for his affections, you're trying to qualify for his approval, all because you don't feel good enough inside, ma'am, you've already lost. You are already behind the 8 ball. You are not going to trigger no vasopressin production at all. Men want what they can't have. Real men. Feminine boys, they want it easy. Feminine boys want you to shoot your shot. Feminine boys want you to come to them. Feminine boys want you to earn them. Feminine boys play games. Feminine boys are all in their freaking emotions. Real men know how to step up and be a man and earn the woman that he has his eyes set on, that he has identified to be the one for him. A real man wants to pour into you. A real man wants to make you happy. When a man is in his healthy masculine energy, he will show the signs and he knows how to control his urges. He wants to wait. He wants to earn it. Nobody wants it if it's that easy. In the words of the late, great Tupac. So, if you want to attract feminized boys, I guess, who now you're going to have to take care of and being the one doing all the work, then fine, go out, throw it up in the air. Let the sky light up. Do what you want to do with it. I'm not the JJ police. But I'm just telling you, if you want healthy, long-lasting, healthy relationships, then that means that you're going to have to move in a way that works in line with science. Because per the science, when you are having sex too soon, before a man has bonded to you biochemically, that means he's produced enough receptors to catch the extra vasopressin and dopamine from when he's falling for you, that they have enough receptor sites to catch it. If you have sex with him before that, then he is 99% likely to move on, to not bond with you. And y'all, I don't know why y'all lie to yourself. Y'all think marriage is the goal. Do you know how many men get married because they settled? Do you know how many men, when I ask them, why do you love her? And he says, I love the way she loves me. I love what she does for me. Why would you want a man who only is with you because of what you do for him? Y'all know to be married to a damn fool is a nightmare. To be married to a man who doesn't truly see you as a prize. He just sees you as the layaway girl. And men get married all the time to the layaway girl while being in love with the girl who he couldn't easily get. All the time. A man can be having sex with you all while being in love with. For all the men, all the ladies here who were with men who would not do anything with them or for them on Valentine's Day, trust me, the woman who has his heart, who he hasn't gotten over yet, he would do anything and then some to make her happy.